Hello everyone, I'm going to attempt to do this week's Shapes Challenge in the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium. Now of course I usually post my videos on a Sunday and was absent this week. We've got Alex's dog Toby here. He had a hernia operation last week and is convalescing with us just because our son Alex lives on the third floor of an apartment block. So it just made sense that we had Toby with us. I would have taken him to the vets anyway because of Alex's work commitments, and of course, you know, we've got our patio doors, we've got easy access to our gardens. So anyway, Toby is with us, but it's meant that, you know, over the last few days I haven't been able to do anything because he's been feeling a little bit sorry for himself. So whilst he is asleep in his crate, I'm going to try and do this week's challenge. As I've said, that's Shapes, and I'll leave the link to the Facebook group, the Mixed Media Emporium, for anybody that wants to follow along with our prompts and challenges. Now, I don't know whether you can remember, I created these watercolour backgrounds about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. Super easy. I used a palette knife, I dripped watercolour off a plate, totally abstract. I did complete one page and I used a stamped image to do this. Absolutely love this. Added detail using Neocolour watercolour 2s. But I've got these two backgrounds left. Now I'm going to use this one here. I can already see some shapes in this. So I want to see if I can complete this week's challenge using this particular background. Let's see if I can do something really quick and easy with this. And I think this is a great exercise for those of you that don't own stamps and that kind of thing to hopefully do something creative. I hope this will give you some ideas and inspiration. I'm going to use my Marvy Uchida pens. I love these. They're really smooth to write with, but you can use any drawing pen of your choice. I'm going to use the 0.1 pen and I'm just going to pick out some of the shapes. I can see lots of shapes here. I can see a rectangle here. So I'm just going to, in fact, actually, do I want to use my thicker pen? I think I might do. Hang on. I'm not seeing that one particularly well. Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to use this one here is the 0.3. So I am just going to pull out some of these shapes and I'm just going to twist and turn my paper just because that's easier for me to do, and just pull out some shapes. I can see another rectangle here. So my shapes are going to be rectangles, squares, and maybe some circles as well, because I want this to tie in with the piece I did before. What else can I see? I can see some squares here. So I'm just going to see where my eye takes me and just really loose and scribbly just follow some of these shapes. I can see a little tiny one here. Let's do that perhaps. What else can I see? I can see a few shapes here. And just really loose and scribbly, just doing these. Maybe add another one here so that we've got a block of them. See another one down in this corner here. Let's pull this one out. And another one here. So completely going for squares and rectangles at the moment. Now I'd like to use a circle for my focal image. This is just a cap off, I think it's a washing liquid bottle. And I want this to go in the middle, something like this. Let's see if I can get this in a position that I like. That will do. Don't overthink it, Nina. Maybe a bit further over, because I think I'd like to add another circle as well. And I'm just going to draw around this, loose and scribbly. Can you see? And then I'm just going to reposition it and do the same thing again, just so that we've got some overlapping lines. I don't want this to be neat. I also want to add a smaller circle as well and overlap that. I think I want this one to go maybe here. Don't overthink it, Nina, just do it. And again, I'm just going to do the same thing. Again, you can see that we've got some loose and scribbly lines. And then I want to add a few details. I'm just going to colour some of this in to block it out a bit. Maybe I could add a bit of a darker line here. Hang on, let's see if we can thicken this up. And what I'm thinking maybe is that I can add some circles. Sort of like Zentangle marks. And then maybe fill in some of these as well. So I'm just going to fiddle around with this. So just filling in the gaps around where I've drawn my circles. I'm not fiddling around with this too much. I want this to be really loose. Maybe we can just add a few scribble marks here. I like how that looks. Maybe I could add some scribble marks here as well. Some lines. Now I've pulled out this Set Aptus stamp, this circle stamp. It's about the right size to fit this circle here, so I thought that might add some interesting detail. So I'm going to use my StazOn ink in Jet Black. Let's have a look and see which way round I want my stamp to go. I think this way around. So let's apply plenty of ink. And again, I'm just going to try not to overthink where this goes. Just put it down. Press hard because I'm working on watercolour paper. I just need the ink to sink in. So I'm just going to hold it here for a second or two for the ink to grab. And there we have it. So that looks really interesting, doesn't it? I've also pulled out this Kaisercraft dictionary stamp here as well. The text on this is really tiny, and I'm just going to attempt to add some details inside these blocks here. Which way round do I want it to go? I'm just going to try and pull out little bits of the text. Again, I'm using that same stamp. So there we go. Oh, that looks really cool. I love how that looks. And so I'm just going to twist my stamp around. In fact, I can do it in different places on the stamp as well. Let's see how that looks. Let's try and add some. Which part do I want to use? Don't overthink it, Nina. Let's just try and add some here, just to make it look interesting. I want some in that little block there. I love how that looks. And so I'm just going to keep going, doing this all over my background. Now I feel as if I want to add another circle. I've got 4 and I feel as if I want 5. So what I'm going to do is just place my lid back on here and just add semicircle again, just coming around and adding some loose and scribbly lines. Looking at this, I feel as if I want this middle circle to be a bit bigger. So I'm going to see if I can use this roll of duct tape. It's about the right size to fit that middle circle. So I'm just going to add some scribbly lines around here. How does that look? Again, I just love those geometric shapes. The thing I want to do is add some contrast. On this piece here, I used one of my Neocolour 2s to add some white highlights. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm just going to do it on this inner circle. And because I use textured watercolour paper, it's going to pick out the pits in my paper. And I just want to follow the line of that middle circle that that I've just done. Let's see if I can do this. See how this this looks. But I think this might make my piece look a bit more interesting. I don't want to cover my rectangles. You see, I really like how that looks, and look how that ties in with this piece here now as well. You can probably see I've added a little bit more stamping, but I do feel as if I want a focal image. Now I've pulled out these butterflies here. These are rub-ons, and I'm thinking that I could use, I was thinking this one here, but just having a look. No, I want to use this one here. So I'm just going to fussy cut this out. And if I can remember where I got these from, I'll leave the link in the description box below. But, you know, I just think this works with this nature theme. We've got the bird on the opposite side, so I think that works well. Now, what you need to do with these is remove the backing. Let's see if I can do this on camera. I am absolutely hopeless at getting these things off. Here we go. And then I can just position it. I think I want it to go there. And then you've got a lollipop stick inside here. And I'm just going to rub this down. And you need to press quite hard with these to get the image to transfer. Now it's going to be subtle, but this is subtle here as well. So that's what I want. I want to, you know, keep it in keeping with the other page. And then you can just lift it up and see if you've missed any areas. I can still see that I've got some here that I need to rub. So keep going until you've got it all down. And here we have it. There is my focal image. Really subtle, but I think that's perfect for the page. Oh, here is my finished page. Now, I decided to add another one of the butterflies here. If I hold it up, I don't know whether you can see that better. I've also added one of the Tim Holtz chit chat words as well. Always take the scenic route. I did add a quote to the other page as well. The journey is the destination, just, you know, so that they're all in keeping. Of course, I've got this leftover background as well, so need to do something with that. But I just think these would be lovely framed in a triptych, you know, for adding to my journal. I don't know, but what do you think? I'm really happy with how that's turned out. So that's my interpretation of shapes for this month's prompt in the Facebook group. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'll leave the link to the Facebook group in the description box below, so please do feel free to come along and join us. But if you've enjoyed my video today, as always, I'd very much appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below, but most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.